there was a mausoleum that I wanted to check out, and through my experience as a paranormal investigator, I just go to these graveyards, these mausoleums, to tune up my instincts and see what I can feel from spirit as I walk around these places. Um, so I go to this mausoleum, and it's about 8 stories high, and there's just all kind. I mean, it's cool to look at, but when you walk in there, you get the sense that something's going on at this particular place. Before, I was trying to get in contact with this mortuary regarding shooting footage at their mausoleum for Walks Amongst the Dead, one of my YouTube videos that I do. And they declined, and as a paranormal investigator trying to get stuff done, you don't take no for an answer, so you just keep pushing. And they said, sorry Adam, we can't do it. So, I wasn't going there to film anything, but, I was just gonna walk around that mausoleum to tune up my instincts, as I do. And I get to the lower parts of the mausoleum, it starts to get darker, creepier, and there was caution tape at this one part on the second floor, I believe it was. And my instinct was telling me, why is there caution tape, like, blocking off this quarter of the mausoleum? So, sometimes as paranormal investigators, you gotta go past the red tape, so to speak, and proceed. So that's what I did. And I go down the corridor, turn another corridor, and then there was another corridor. It just got super dark and creepy. And it was right here and there that, my sixth sense kicked in and said, you gotta go right now. It's time to leave. Something's not right. Get out of the mausoleum right now. So I do that. And, I've got some floors to go up. The exit is like on the 5th floor, so I had to run up some stairs on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th floor, and there's a lot of the corridors are long, and so there's a lot of walking to do to get out of there. So I get out, get in my car, and I start to head to the gym afterwards. And it was right there on the Selwood Bridge that I was driving on, where it was like, whoa, like what the hell is that? Like this, whatever this energy is, it's not me. And it came along with a stinging sensation in my urethra that hurt. I thought, like, what, did a bee get in my pants or something? No, I didn't see anything, but it was just like all of a sudden there was this anger and anxiety out of nowhere. It was like anger and anxiety on steroids, basically. So when I walked into the gym that day, I don't really talk to anybody, but I'm not, like, I don't hate anybody there either. It's just, that's just me for the most part. I just keep to myself in the gym. And the people who usually see me there could tell that I was like, who is that guy? They know who I am, but they can kind of see that something's wrong with me. And this is really freaking me out now. So as I'm working out, I'm like, oh God. Like, as paranormal investigators, we're always supposed to disengage from spirit upon ending an investigation. As I walked out of that mausoleum, I don't think I did that. Upon ending any kind of spirit communication, say goodbye, ending EVP session, or whatever it is that you're doing, or, and also call upon, say, the Archangel Michael for protection, I don't think I did any of those things. So that crossed my mind. I was like, oh my God, I have an attachment. And this is bad. I've had attachments before, but this one's really bad. So I was scared to get a reading because I was worried that it was not going to be picked up on and that it was just all in my head, basically. So these next few weeks, I'm working with this high anxiety and anger, and all of a sudden I started getting the absolute worst intrusive thoughts I've ever had in my life that were just so overwhelming. And in this time period, my empathy totally plummeted, and I'm a very empathic guy. So all of a sudden I love animals. I'm getting images of hurting animals, to be specific, little kittens, and that was extremely heartbreaking for me. I love women. I'm getting images of beating women to death, and this just burns a hole in your soul. I'm getting submissive, abusive, sexual images of me and me enjoying it, and it was just absolutely disturbing. And, I'm also getting images of me committing acts of child pedophilia. And this whole time, I'm just like, hold on a second. Like, I never think of these things, nor do I get aroused by any of this. Like, what the hell is going on? This is not my behavior. Like, and I can't switch from the negative to positive frequency because my empathy is down that much. I can't feel positive emotions right now. All I can feel is negativity. So with all that being said, with this attachment that's going on, I experienced anxiety, high anger, extreme depression, sexual dysfunction, mental problems, severe obsessive compulsiveness, and the list just goes on. And prior to that, I was fine, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And all of a sudden, my personality changes just like that. And in my 15 years of doing this, it's the most disturbing, traumatizing thing I've ever experienced as a paranormal investigator. So, with all that being said, I then go to a man that I've been going to now for nearly a decade, psychic medium Harvey Althouse, to get a reading done to see what's happening here. So I get this reading done. He doesn't pick up on anything. He scans my energy. The energy is just fine. And with everything that I'm experiencing, I'm like, there's no way he picked up on nothing. Something's hiding from me. That has to be the answer. And unfortunately, this just continues. And 3 months after I got this happening to me, all of a sudden, my ulcerative colitis had come back from putting into remission 13 years ago before all of this. And then after getting into remission and doing so well, all of a sudden it came back out of nowhere. And when you get signs of that disease coming back, you'll know. It just comes back slowly. This time it just came back. All of a sudden I'm having diarrhea 5 times a day, turns into 10 times a day, and turns into 15 to 20 times a day. And all of a sudden, food tastes absolutely disgusting. Along with going to the bathroom 15 to 20 times a day, I'm also throwing up everything that I'm eating. And I was just eating little specks of food because whatever was going on with me, all food just tasted disgusting. Not just health food, I'm talking delicious food, burritos, burgers, when I would have them, stuff like that. All of a sudden, those things just tasted absolutely disgusting. And my quality of life went down significantly. And I'm becoming borderline suicidal at this point. And I'm just if I can't get back to where I was, what's the point? So I go to Harvey again. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find out what the hell's going on here. Because the fact that he picked up on nothing, something's definitely not right here. Prior to my ulcerative colitis coming back, about a month or two earlier, I could not sleep at all. I would go to bed about midnight and I would wake up at 2 o'clock every morning, and I would just stay up. I would just lie there in bed and be going out of my mind. As time went on, I just continued to lose sleep, and 2 hours of sleep a night turned into 90 minutes of sleep a night. 90 minutes of sleep a night turned into 75 minutes of sleep a night. 75 minutes turned into 60, 45, so on and so forth. And I'm mentally losing my mind. Like, I can't get proper rest, and before that I had some acupuncture done to calm down. I didn't calm down at all. While I was getting acupuncture, I would get these visions of my own funeral happening with me lying in a casket. And as I was sleeping every night, I could feel something trying to get into my heart chakra, get into my chest. And it just felt like this hatred that was trying to open me up and get inside. And I would have to call upon Archangel Michael and the Blessed Virgin Mary. So I'd say the Hail Mary and Saint Michael prayer every night. And I would just continue saying that prayer. Continue saying that prayer just so whatever this was I was trying to get in me would stay away from me. And a week before the more severe ulcerative colitis manifested, I had this nightmare, which I was told was actually an astral projection of me being in Rome walking around, and then I get paralyzed all of a sudden. And there was this, what I think was something demonic. It was a man with wings, and he had a big belly, and he was crawling on the floor after me. And I couldn't move, so he starts crawling on my back, and he bites me in the back, and I could feel it, and I screamed as I woke up. It was absolutely terrifying. And throughout this whole time, along with those intrusive images, I would get the images of me hurting animals, me committing acts of child pedophilia, the submissive, abusive acts towards me, and images of me enjoying that. And as those things came to mind, I'm just like, I don't want to do any of those things. This voice would constantly contradict me as I thought that and be like, yeah, you do. Like, no, I don't. Like, I don't want to have sex with any of these people. Like, yeah, you do. I don't want to hurt kittens. Yeah, you do. I'm not a child molester. Yeah, you are. All this stuff, you were just suppressing it this whole time. This is the real you now. And my empathy is so low, this attachment took advantage of it and really, it knew my psychology and it took advantage of me like none other. So at that point, it was just like, that was beyond rock bottom. I had had enough. And I was going to get out of this somehow, some way. Even though I was very much down and out, and the odds against me were more like 1,000,000,000 to 1 at this time.